New restaurants, little known activities, and memories worth making. We're going to make sure that your 2025 vacation to Disney World is nothing short of epic. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Recently, we've had a few messages from folks who have been concerned about their upcoming 2025 Disney World vacations. Is this really the right time to go? Should I be pushing back my trip until later? So my scriptwriter Bria and I decided that today's video should be all about hyping you up again, showing you all the cool things that you can anticipate around Disney World in 2025, whether it be new stuff, classic offerings, or hidden gems. Now, it only feels right for DFE to kick off today's video talking about a new Disney restaurant that we're super excited for. And get this, you don't need a park ticket for this one, and you don't need reservations either. Disney's newest Disney Vacation Club expansion, the Island Tower at Polynesian Village Resort, right over there next to Magic Kingdom, is now open. And inside the tower, you can find Wailulu Bar and Grill. This is a casual walk-up location with gorgeous views of Seven Seas Lagoon and Cinderella Castle. And sometimes there are really pretty rainbows. That's all I'm going to say. Now, Wailulu features an all-day menu for lunch and dinner, but there are a few specialty coffees and on-the-go morning pastries, including that pineapple coconut bread that everybody loves at the Polynesian Village Resort, and you can grab those during breakfast time too. But what will lunch and dinner consist of? Tropical foods, of course, like sweet potato hummus, spiced ham musubi, sticky pork ribs, poke bowls, a Wayfinder burger, and even a Dole Whip sundae. So if you want to try this place out, but you've still got a lot to see and do around property, and you don't really have a whole lot of time to sit and enjoy it all for a spell, you're more than welcome to order your Wailulu food to go. After all, this is an elevated pool bar. Speaking of restaurants, recently the team and I updated our free Best Disney World Restaurants guide for 2025 to show you our top 10 favorite places to eat in each of the parks, as well as inside Disney Springs. So if you want to see what we've ranked at the top of our lists, in case you want to add them to your upcoming Disney World itineraries too, go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or if you're watching this from your phone, just head to disneyfoodblog.com/top restaurants after this. There are tons of unique souvenirs hiding around Disney World. You just gotta create them yourself. One of the latest DIY souvenirs we've recently made is over at Main Street USA's Crystal Arts shop in Magic Kingdom. That's where we had the privilege of designing our very own authentic tiara. Listen, those pre-made tiaras from Crystal Arts are already gorgeous as is, so the fact that we're now able to create our very own by choosing our base and the crystal color combo makes the whole thing even more special. Tiara customization is going to cost you around $89 and no reservations are necessary. You just walk up to the counter and ask to make a tiara. So where else can you create your own souvenir in Disney? Tons of places. Just to give you a quick overview of a few of our personal favorites, select mini ears and ornaments can also be customized with fancy schmancy paint pen writing, including names and dates and or other fun and festive designs at the Christmas shops like Ye Olde Christmas Shop in Magic Kingdom and Disney's Days of Christmas in Disney Springs. At the Plume Palette Fragrance Shop in Epcot, you can step up your perfume game by upgrading your bottle with a free Disney engraving of your choice. If you're a soda goblin like me, then creating your very own personalized Coca-Cola can over at Disney Springs Coca-Cola store might be a must-do for you. I personally love creating my own spin art in Disney Springs too over at Art Corner. You'll pedal a stationary bike to make that artistic magic happen, and honestly, there are so many customizable souvenir opportunities hiding out in Disney Springs that you can learn about through our Ultimate Guide to Disney Springs 2025 video, which includes us talking about the newest Create Your Own Character headbands over at Disney Ever After. All right, I refuse to make this point sad. We're going to enjoy our time left with Muppets Courtyard in 2025 while it's still around, right? And we're going to anticipate the new Monsters, Inc. land that's going to be coming to Hollywood Studios in the future, replacing the current Muppets Courtyard section. And there are a lot of mixed feelings about it, I know, but ultimately this Monsters, Inc. area is going to be a lot of fun, featuring a new coaster, new restaurants, Harryhausen's going to be there, new shops, new shows. It's going to be a good time. But while we we've still got Muppets Courtyard alive and kicking, you might as well spend an afternoon in Hollywood Studios doing as many Muppety things as you can before this section of the park becomes Construction Alley. So here's a little checklist for you if you're looking to do everything here before it disappears. Take a picture in front of Miss Piggy Fountain, make reservations for Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano, and admire the many pictures that illustrate what Hollywood Studios was like way back in 1989, back when it opened, when we were still calling it MGM. Watch Muppet Vision 3D and look for the key under the mat right after you walk into the building. Head to the second floor of Pizza Rizzo to enjoy a puffy pizza and attend a Muppet wedding reception, disco ball and all. Take a picture in the wet paint and enjoy a Pog passion fruit orange guava gelato from the gelato cart, though I do hope they'll just relocate this little cart somewhere else so we can still grab refreshing gelato during our Hollywood Studios day in the future. Okay, it's always a great idea to tell the cast members in Disney World that they are doing an incredible job. Because if it weren't for them, an epic vacation just wouldn't exist. Ideally, you can just tell them how awesome they are to their face, but you can also give these folks a cast compliment through the My Disney Experience app. To leave a mobile cast compliment, visit the My Disney Experience app and search Cast Compliment. From there, you can enter the reason for your compliment, the location of your cast member, their name and hometown, and the date of your interaction. It only takes a few extra seconds to show some extra kindness, and these cast members deserve that extra kindness from all of us. Plus, their boss is going to see this, and they're going to get a commendation for this. So please, just take the time and give that cast member a compliment. They are making our lives so much better and so much more joyful when they're there. Now, how about eating a pretzel that's bigger than your face? Stay with me here. Coronado Springs Resort keeps on improving its food court offerings each time we visit. Over at El Mercado de Coronado, there is a new, as well as a newish, offering that we think you've got to check out if you're ever in the area. The newish offering is their ginormous pretzel. No, seriously, look at this thing. The pepperoni pretzel is topped with garlic butter, mozzarella cheese, and those crispy cupped pepperonis, further topped off with Parmesan parsley and served with a side of marinara for $21. Then there's the cinnamon pretzel topped with cinnamon, sugar, and butter, then served with sides of cream cheese icing, caramel, and chocolate sauce. Sugar overload, but very good stuff and very splittable for $19. So you don't have to tackle this massive sweet tree all by yourself, but we're not going to tell anybody if you decide to do that. And now for the brand new El Mercado offering is the ramen bar. There are two new ramen dishes you can choose between: the beef ramen for $18 and the vegetable ramen for $16. The only real difference between the vegetable and beef is that the vegetable doesn't have any beef broth or beef and comes with nori and a vegetable broth instead. We actually spoke with a cast member leader about these new dishes, and he told us that since a lot of international guests stay at this resort, they've watched countless families and convention goers bring in whole meals of Chinese food and ramen to the hotel with them. So they thought they would try their own hand at catering to those tastes and making these guests feel right at home. Now, what's great about this is that it's an action station, which means you get to choose what goes in your ramen and on your ramen, and so it can be completely customized. The cast member also mentioned that they have plans to do other versions and flavors depending on how well this one is received, so you may see these dishes and more sticking around for a while. Oh, I love this point. I make it as much as I can in these videos. If you're visiting a Disney hotel that has a marina, like one of the Monorail area hotels, for instance, you can rent a pontoon boat and drive it around Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake. So here's the wildest thing about all of that, aside from the fact that Disney actually trusts me enough to apparently drive a boat across their lake. Not only are boat rentals only $50 per half hour and can fit up to 10 guests at a time, boat rentals are all first come, first serve, so there are no reservations necessary. They'll also be one of the few ways you can go check out the construction on Disney's newest hotel, Lakeshore Lodge. Disney's Lakeshore Lodge is slated to open sometime in 2027, and it'll be inspired by the majesty of nature and its enduring influence on Disney artists. Sounds like the younger sibling of Wilderness Lodge, if you ask me. I think this resort's gonna fit in pretty well. So a brand new nighttime parade is coming to Magic Kingdom this summer. Aren't you lucky? So get ready for Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away. Now, we've already known for a while about a few of the featured floats that'll be part of this new parade. Floats themed around Encanto, Frozen, Peter Pan, and Pinocchio. But recently we learned about the float that'll feature several of the Disney princesses dancing alongside their princes, including Aurora and Philip, Tiana and Naveen, Cinderella and Prince Charming, and Belle and the Beast, of course. Disney also revealed that the focus of this parade will be a nod to the past with our eyes firmly set on the future. So Imagineers are working on the parade and using past Disney nighttime parades as stepping stones, while also looking to some of Disney's earliest animated movies for inspiration. For example, the Princess's Float will be inspired by Disney legend and artist Mary Blair's original concept art for Cinderella. I love that concept art. But it's not just the floats themselves that Disney wants to blow us away with, it's the costumes too. The costumes are going to use a blend of innovative lighting techniques and, as Disney says, whimsical custom fabrics. They're going to create an experience that looks to be kissed by starlight, which basically means very, very cool light up costumes that aren't going to have just like big light bulbs all over them. It's kind of like woven into the fabric. It's awesome. Now, the idea is that the fabric of these costumes will synchronize with the lighting and the music from the floats. I cannot wait. So you don't have to be staying as a guest at a Disney hotel if you want to take part in their resort activities, unless they're pool-based. Then you got to be staying at the hotel in order to participate, because no pool hopping in Disney World. But if you're wanting to be part of a truly unique activity during your resort hopping day, here are a few experiences you want to keep on your radar. Just keep in mind that these will cost extra and might require reservations. You can take archery lessons at Fort Wilderness, get a massage over at Grand Floridian Resort and Spa that will definitely cost you extra, create Spanish mosaic art at Coronado Springs, build animal enrichment food puzzles at Animal Kingdom Lodge, make your own lei or cocoa nut necklace at Polynesian Village Resort, and a ton more. Be sure to check each resort's activities guide when you arrive so you don't miss out on the fun. Or you could do a totally different sort of activity at a Disney World hotel. This is one of my favorite things to do at Disney World. It's free, it's relaxing, it's peaceful, no reservations are necessary, and you can sip a tropical drink while you're doing it. At certain Disney resorts that have little beach sides like Caribbean Beach or Polynesian Village, Old Key West, Yacht and Beach, you can find first come, first served hammocks. You don't have to reserve them, you don't have to pay for them, you just gotta keep your eye out for an open one and claim it. There's nothing like kicking back in one of these bad boys after a long day in the parks, especially during sunset, just take in those evening vibes. You might even catch yourself saying something super cliche like, "This is the life," because it really is. Much like Muppets Courtyard, 2025 will be your final year to experience two well-known Animal Kingdom attractions, Dinosaur and It's Tough to Be a Bug. While It's Tough to Be a Bug will be closing super soon on March 17th to make way for its show replacement, Zootopia Better Zoogether, opening later this winter, Dinosaur is going to be around for the remainder of 2025, giving you plenty of time to check it out one final time, going back to the prehistoric age before it closes to make way for the brand new Indiana Jones Dark Ride. Indiana Jones will be part of the new Tropical Americas themed area, Pueblo Esperanza, set to officially open in 2027. Disney's already started its construction on this new area, so expect the current state of Dinoland USA, which is what Pueblo Esperanza will be replacing, to look a lot less, Jurassic during your trip this year. If you're planning a Disney World trip because you're celebrating a big event, I'm laughing, by the way, because Bria wanted me to start by singing Bella Notte in this one, but I'm not going to do it. And she wrote in the script, "AJ, I know you're not going to sing this to the tune of Bella Notte, but in my heart you did." Those are the little things that Bria writes to me in these scripts. Anyway, she's such a joy. I'm so glad she's in these videos with me sometimes. Anyway, if you're planning a Disney World trip because you're celebrating a big event, like an anniversary or a job promotion or a honeymoon, or you just want a nice date night with your honey, Disney has several fine dining experiences that you can make reservations for. Now, the quintessential one, Vic and Al's, Victoria and Albert's, over at Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, is the really famous one, known for its AAA 5-diamond status, prix-fixe 13-course meals, Michelin starred this year, specifically catered by the Victoria and Albert chefs to fit your palate. Prices here are going to vary depending on what you book, but prices typically start at $295 per guest. Safe to say, this is an experience for the people out there who really do believe that food is a key part of the whole Disney World experience, especially since this is a dinner that'll take up to 3 hours to enjoy. So you'll want to really study up on this place before you commit to it. A more underrated fine dining experience inside Grand Floridian is the sommelier room at Citrico's. While you can always book a regular table at Citrico's or even dining inside their lounge on a first-come, first-served basis, the sommelier room has been created for those looking for an even more elevated food and wine experience. Here, sommelier Israel Perez, who is a frigging superstar and is also the maitre d' over at Victoria and Albert's, sources boutique wines that pair with the special creations designed by Chef Andres Mendoza. Each of the 8 courses featured in the tasting menu are paired with 2.5 ounces of wine. The prefix menu here is priced at $250 per guest. This 3 to 4 hour experience is only available on select evenings at 6 p.m. Seating is limited, gotta pre-book it. So be sure to make your reservation as far in advance as possible, which is currently 60 days, but always subject to change. And let's not forget about the fine dining hiding out in Epcot. Takumite over in the Japan Pavilion currently features a prefix menu consisting of 2 omakase multi-course meal options. Omakase means you're going to leave your dining experience up to the chef to let them curate your entire meal. The first menu is an omnivorous kiku meal for $250 per person, with plates that includes sushimi, soups, a Wagyu beef roll, selection of desserts, and more. And the second menu is a plant-based hasu menu for the same price, $250 per person. Finally, we've got Monsieur Paul over in the France Pavilion, which serves a high-end French-inspired menu that progresses through 5 courses with the gastronomic meal of the French. The prices for this one start at $195 per guest, but if you're feeling exceptionally fancy, you can always add on a caviar tasting for $110 more. It's never too early for sweets, and that's an AJ fact for you. If you're wanting a morning treat that could also double as a dessert, here's where you'll want to go. Gaston's Tavern in Magic Kingdom's Fantasyland. This is where you can pick up that massive warm cinnamon roll smothered in enough icing to surely give you enough of a sugar rush to carry you through the first half of your Magic Kingdom day. You can find Mickey-shaped waffles at so many locations on Disney World property, but the Mickey waffles at Chef Mickey's in Contemporary Resort give you a whole buffet line of toppings to plop onto your breakfast, including syrups and fruits and sweets and candy and marshmallows and even ice cream, so you can have a very kind of elf moment in that situation. Tonga toast is a breakfast staple at Polynesian Village Resort, but the most affordable version of it is at the Captain Cook's quick service downstairs. The breakfast option is a banana stuffed sourdough French toast rolled in cinnamon sugar goodness. It is amazing. You can also get it at Kona Cafe upstairs, but it's going to cost you more. Epcot's World Showcase is full of so many desserts, probably too many. Nah, I'm just messing with ya. But over at L'Oeil Boulangerie Patisserie inside the France Pavilion, you can find a whole smorgasbord of sweet and savory breakfast options, including these flaky chocolate croissants that make for an ideal on-the-go breakfast when you're ready to start conquering the park. Okay, last one for now. Available at pretty much any of the Joffrey's coffee stands around Disney World, you can find these massive donuts that typically have a lot of variants you can choose from, like strawberry, chocolate, and seasonal exclusives as well. These are sourced locally from Donut King, and they are exceptional. You're doing yourself a disservice if you miss out on Disney's glorious golden plastic cheese during your next visit, so let me help you out and show you the best places where you can find this nectar of the gods. In Magic Kingdom, there are currently 2 places where you can find this warm, cheesy goodness. The obvious first spot is Casey's Corner, right at the end of Main Street, USA. Years ago, there was a self-serve plastic cheese pump on the toppings bar here. That was amazing, but alas, those days are long gone, so you'll just need to order it as a side with your meal now. But honestly, if you want to know which Disney park is the hub for plastic cheese, that title actually goes to Hollywood Studios. The first spot you can get the famous sauce here is Backlot Express. They serve it up in big cups over there, but you'll also find plastic cheese at Dockside Diner, Rosie's All-American Cafe, and Woody's Lunchbox. So Disney's lounge dining is trending right now, and the 2 new lounges that'll be opening up later this year further prove that point. Over in Epcot, a Spaceship Earth themed lounge is opening in late spring of 2025, and we are very, very excited and thanking the Phoenicians for this. The space's sleek look will be inspired by the stories and shapes and enduring legacy of that park's beautimous icon, Spaceship Earth. And another new lounge, themed to the classic Pirates of the Caribbean attraction, will also be coming to Adventureland in Magic Kingdom sometime in late 2025. Davy Jones isn't going to be rolling over in his grave for this one. This lounge of scallywags and seafarers will welcome guests of all ages with a variety of food and beverage options, as well as some magical surprises that Disney hasn't shared with us just yet, but they're looking like some pretty cool souvenir cups is all I'm gonna say. But what happens if you're visiting Disney World really soon and you're gonna miss the grand opening of these two new lounges? Don't worry, there are still some highly themed bars and lounges you can experience on the Disney scene, which yes, are family friendly, so you don't have to worry about leaving the kids behind. Lounge number 1, Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar in Disney Springs. This is located in the heart of Disney's shopping and dining district, and you're gonna find one of the most intricately themed Indiana Jones lounges ever. I don't know how many Indiana Jones lounges there are, but this is the best one. Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar is not only home to some fantastic drinks, both alcoholic and non, but there are some rather adventurous bites to eat here as well, in both flavor and appearance. And don't forget to find the hidden R2-D2 in here because, you know, George Lucas, right? Lounge number 2. I don't know how this is number 2. I don't know why Bria would put the name of this lounge even next to the number 2. It's obviously always number 1, and that's Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom. This is easily one of my favorite spots in all of Disney World, as you well know. While the theming here might not be inspired by a specific character or movie or Disney ride per se, this place celebrates all things travel, which I can definitely get behind. The seating and vibes at Nomad Lounge are immaculate, but the small plates and drinks on offer make it even more worthwhile. If you've got quality atmosphere and quality food in the same place in Disney World, this is like a winner. While many lounges around property are first come, first served only, some of Disney's more popular lounges work on a different set of rules, which is the case for Nomad. After the lounge opens for the day, which is around 10:30 a.m., you can get your name on the walk-up waitlist via the My Disney Experience app or by going up to the lounge's host stand and telling them in person that you'd like to join the list. We highly recommend doing that. Lounge number 3, the Enchanted Rose at Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. This has classy decor that subtly hints at the live-action Beauty and the Beast without being over the top about it. The drinks and apps here are more than satisfactory, especially those house-made truffle fries and the lavender fog cocktail, but you might not want to come here before 5 p.m. since dining options will be very limited. Lounge number 4, Trader Sam's Grog Grotto at Polynesian Village Resort. Trader Sam's is a 51-seat bar that features interactive elements, special effects, and zany antics. Yes, we love a zany antic throughout your entire visit. Seriously, there'll always be something going on in this place worth watching and figuring out. While seating is limited, the same menu of food and drinks is also featured outside at Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace, but you're going to be missing out on the whole interactive lounge experience. Until 8 p.m., this restaurant's available to the whole family. However, guests who are 21 and over will be the only ones allowed in after 8 p.m. This spot is extremely popular, so make sure to show up early, as in 30 to 45 minutes before the lounge opens, so that you can get your name on the waitlist ASAP. Lounge number 5, Oga's Cantina at Hollywood Studios. This is a spaceport bar found inside Galaxy's Edge, giving you the chance to live your best Star Wars life, sipping down a bubbling brew and listening to beats provided by a rather famous droid DJ. Though it is unusual for a lounge to do this, Oga's Cantina is one of the few lounges that does accept advanced dining reservations due to its popularity. So grab that reservation. Highly encouraged. And don't forget to have a fuzzy tauntaun for me. The early bird gets the worm is a motto you're going to need to take to heart when you're at Disney World. Not only can early risers potentially cut down on their waits for popular rides, but you might also be able to participate in a restaurant or store's opening ceremony too. For example, at Casey's Corner in Magic Kingdom, one lucky guest will be able to throw out the quick service's first pitch and maybe even get a free brownie to further sweeten the celebration. At Main Street Cinema, also in Magic Kingdom, if you're one of the first guests after opening, you might get the opportunity to choose the director's hat of the day to be put on display along with your name for everyone to see. Another potential morning opportunity at Magic Kingdom is getting to ride the magic carpets of Aladdin with the Aladdin and Jasmine. This isn't always a guarantee, but we've seen it happen a few times for guests who choose to rope drop the ride instead of any others. At Connections Eatery and Cafe in Epcot, a kiddo in the morning crowd might have the opportunity to help the kitchen create the first liege waffle of the day. And at World of Disney and Disney Springs, the first round of shoppers for the day will be able to walk the red carpet lined with lots of cast members whooping and hollering and shaking noisemakers. More morning ceremonies might be hiding out at Disney property during your next visit, so make sure to keep your eyes and ears open so you can take part in those sunrise festivities too. Does anybody remember when you used to be able to wake up Tinkerbell in Fantasyland? Oh, that was fun. Can't do that anymore, sadly. Epcot's test track is getting ready to open up its third iteration. It just can't decide who it wants to be, but I get that test track. We've all been there. The latest test track version, dubbed Test Track 3.0 by, us, will feature a completely reimagined storyline focusing on a joyride that highlights onboard technology, customization, and the thrill of driving. Whee! Plus, it's set to include some exciting Easter eggs and nods to the original World of Motion ride. There, my heart is walking outside my body on that ride. I love that place, which once stood in Test Track's location. So far, all we know is that Test Track's reopening date is slated for late summer 2025, but we'll let you know just as soon as we hear more about that. Hey, look everybody, Tomato Baby's back! Hey there, young friend. How's that tomato tasting today? If you don't know what on earth I'm talking about, that's fair. That means you're probably new here, and if that's the case, welcome. Sorry if I sound unhinged. Let me explain myself. Over in Magic Kingdom, inside Liberty Square, there's a family-style restaurant called Liberty Tree Tavern that serves all you care to enjoy Thanksgiving-styled food all year round, which is worth the visit alone. I love this place. But while you're here, take the time to also appreciate all that 18th century detail. Each room is themed after an important figure in American history, like Betsy Ross or George and Martha Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Paul Jones, Paul Revere. But inside the Betsy Ross themed room, there's a little painting where the main focus isn't supposed to be the wee babe chowing down on bright red produce. But the last time our reporters ate here, they just couldn't stop wondering why this baby was so infatuated with such a random savory fruit. And ever since we brought up Tomato Baby the first time, many of our longtime DFB viewers have been putting your Tomato Baby theories down in the comments, which we've all appreciated because we do read every single one of them and take them into consideration. So if you've got a Tomato Baby theory, add it to the comments because maybe we'll write a whole Tomato Baby essay one day. I think we should. Of course, Disney is well known for its over-the-top Halloween and Christmas celebrations. That's just to be expected at this point. But Disney World is also a place that loves to celebrate a variety of other holidays too. For example, Raglan Road in Disney Springs hosts the mighty St. Patrick's Day Festival in March to celebrate the most Irish holiday of all, the one you need to wear green for to avoid getting pinched. May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and Disney typically marks the occasion with limited time specialty snacks and treats and drinks. And the Beer Garden Buffet in Epcot celebrates Oktoberfest not just in October, or actually September, but all year long with live German performers and authentic German beer selections. Definitely head over there. Remember how last summer Genie Plus transitioned into Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and individual Lightning Lanes turned into Lightning Lane Single Pass? It's a whole thing. It could basically become its own soap opera at this point. Days of our Lightning Lanes. Now, since I've got a lot of points I still need to talk about today, this perfect Lightning Lane springboard game is going to work under the impression that you're at least somewhat familiar with the latest multi and single pass changes. However, if you're not familiar with these changes at all, don't worry, we cover them thoroughly in that free Lightning Lane guide, which you can snag today by scanning the QR code you see on the screen or heading to disneyfoodblog.com/multipass right after this. But for now, let's go over how you can use this pay to skip the ride line service to the best of your ability. First, update your My Disney Experience app. This may seem simple, but you need to make sure your phone has the latest version of the MDE app downloaded and ready to go if you want to use Lightning Lanes during your visit and minimize any potential finicky tech issues. Second, mark those calendars and set those alarms. Multi and single pass can be purchased before your trip, so if you're staying as a Disney World hotel guest, you can start booking your first round 7 days before you check into your room, while everyone else can start booking them 3 days before their park visit. Regardless of whether you're staying on Disney property or not, initial selections will always go live at 7 a.m. Eastern. Third, pay attention to ride locations. Getting Lightning Lane return times that are close together may seem like a blessing because that means you get to book more Lightning Lanes as you redeem your initial ones. But be careful when it comes to which rides you're booking, because if those return times are back to back and the rides themselves are on opposite ends of the park, you might end up running yourself ragged. For example, if I'm in Epcot and I book back-to-back Lightning Lane return times for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, Spaceship Earth, and Journey into Imagination with Figment, here's where each of these rides is located. Yeah, these aren't going to be a hop, skip, and a jump away from one another. You're going to be putting those steps in big time. Not to mention running around from ride to ride when they're so spread out like that also eats up a good chunk of your day without you even realizing it. So if you want to book lightning lanes with close return times, I know, you want to get the lightning lanes over figuring out where they are, but try choosing attractions that are closer together in proximity if you can. I get that it's second priority, but just throwing it out there for you to think about. Now, this one is truly amazing. I love this tip. You're going to want to find the most hidden Mickey and Minnie of all time. There's a hidden Mickey and Minnie that you can only see once a year in Magic Kingdom. I know, it's wild, right? But it's true. This is the genius of Imagineers. It only appears once every year on November 18th, which just so happens to be Mickey and Minnie's birthday, so you'll have to be in the right place at the right time if you want to see it. And strangely enough, this hidden gem can be discovered inside the queue of Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. Once you get past the fully outdoor portion of the queue, you'll need to get underneath the rocky ceiling and be on the lookout for a shape up above that kind of looks like Mickey's head. More than likely, there'll be lots of other people hovering around this area on that day waiting for the big reveal, so it probably won't be as hard to track down as you may think. The image comes and goes pretty quickly, but around 12 p.m. Eastern, it should be in full force if it's sunny out. You can watch as the lighting begins to line up with the amazing Imagineering design of the queue to create those silhouette heads of Mickey and Minnie across the wall. It's amazing as long as the weather cooperates. As you know, secrets are no fun unless you're in on them, and then they're a ton of fun. Walt Disney World already has thousands of different food and drink options for you to choose from on those clear as day menus. Several Disney locations might also have secret menu options that you need to be in the know about beforehand if you want to order them. Secret menu items change constantly in Disney, so even though I'm going to list off some of the ones we've recently had around property, just keep in mind that even if you ask for one of these during your upcoming visit, there's the chance Disney might switch things up on you before your arrival, but it never hurts to ask regardless. Also, keep in mind that I'm only going to be listing off a few secret menu locations today, but whenever we discover more, we always let our DFB newsletter friends know about them ASAP. So don't forget to subscribe to that newsletter. It's totally free. The link is down in the description. One of the longest standing secret menu items we've returned to try again and again and again is the pão de queijo from Skipper Canteen in Magic Kingdom. This is a shareable Brazilian cheese bread appetizer served with a side of chimichurri cream cheese dipping sauce. At CityWorks in Disney Springs, if you're a Bottleneck Rewards member, which is a free loyalty program you can sign up for at any time, you'll have access to their secret menu set aside for rewards members only. In the past, we've seen churro pretzel bites served from this menu, as well as dessert nachos made with cinnamon sugar tortillas and topped with vanilla cream cheese, caramel, chocolate sauce, Oreo crumble, strawberries, ice cream, and whipped cream. And over at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, also in Disney Springs, you can usually order 4 types of secret menu cocktails, like the Lucky Lindy, made with Dragonfire Jameson, hibiscus, lime juice, pineapple, and white cranberry juice. The Starry Night Mojito, basically your everyday mojito with Star African rum, and the Oxygen Tank, which is lemonade with watermelon vodka. We might be saying goodbye to the Muppets over in Muppet Courtyard in Hollywood Studios, but this park can't get rid of these felt skin friends that easily. In the future, the Muppets will be taking over Rockin' Roller Coaster and teaming up with some of music's biggest stars for a Rockin' Music Festival. Based on the limited amount of concept art we've seen for this revamped ride to be, looks like the attraction will be starring Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, but Kermit and Miss Piggy will definitely be a part of the action too, and we're assuming other familiar Muppet faces will as well. We just don't know much more about this project other than the singular picture revealed during its announcement. Currently, Rockin' Roller Coaster is still all about Aerosmith and stretch limos and backstage passes, so if you want to check this high-speed coaster out in its OG form before those major changes start rolling in, 2025 is your year to do so. Disclaimer, this might not be epic news for everyone, but it will be for some. Along with multi-pass and single pass, there's a new type of pass that recently joined the Lightning Lane party, called Premier Pass. Consider Premier Pass to be the bougie younger sibling here. Premier Pass can be purchased for 1 park per day of your visit, and for each park that you purchase it for, you'll receive access to every ride with a Lightning Lane, both multi and single pass rides included. Unlike multi-pass and single pass, you won't have to make any Lightning Lane reservations with Premier Pass. Once you have it purchased, you can simply show up to the park, scan in, and ride the rides. The problem is you're going to pay for that convenience. Depending on when you visit and the park you purchase it for, Premier Premier Pass can cost $119 to $400 per day per person. Yep, this definitely isn't a spur-of-the-moment decision to make, so you'll want to weigh the pros and cons of investing in it before you go. The good news is that Disney's recently made Premier Pass more accessible. When this add-on was first launched back in October, it used to only be available for deluxe resort guests to purchase. But now it's available for everyone, even Disney guests who are planning to stay off-property during their trip. While Disney hotel guests will have the added benefit of being able to purchase Premier Passes 7 days before their check-in day, everyone else can purchase them 3 days before their visit. With a team full of theme park reporters, collectively we've got a trove of magic bands that could probably compete with all of Ariel's collection of gadgets and gizmos she's gathered. So of course, we've got our own little collection of magic band hacks to go along with them. Hack number 1, remove the puck. One of our favorite newest MagicBand Plus hacks is that you can purchase that puck holder for your Apple Watch or other smartwatch. Wait, what? A puck holder? Yep. With this device, you simply remove the centerpiece of the MagicBand Plus, put it in the puck holder, and then slide the holder onto your watch band. It allows you to wear both devices at the same time without feeling like you're doubling up on bulky wrist accessories. Hack number 2, set up a PIN. Magic bands can be used to charge purchases to your hotel room, but in order to use this hack, you'll need to have the card you want to use listed on file for your incidentals. And you'll need to be staying at a Disney World resort. You'll also need to set up a PIN for each person in your hotel room, which helps prevent the kids from getting a little too overzealous in the gift shops and sneakily charging items to their parents' room. Hack number 3, receive a discount. For a while, there was this really great Disney hotel perk where Disney World resort guests could get free basic magic bands with their hotel stay, but that was discontinued a few years ago, and we still miss it dearly. There was nothing like choosing those magic bands and getting them delivered to your house in advance. So cool. However, resort guests can still order a magic band or a magic band plus ahead of their trip at a discounted price. To choose your magic band, you'll need to log into your Disney World account on the website and have a hotel stay booked for the future. You'll be given a few discounted magic band designs to choose from, but these offerings do vary throughout the year, so if you don't see one you like, you can always check back closer to your trip for a potentially different roundup of discounted offerings. It's the bucket list item you never knew you needed to add to your list until now. Both of Disney's water parks, aka Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, have sand pail sundaes that you can order during your time there, which is made with vanilla and chocolate soft serve, sprinkles, waffle cone pieces, yellow cake, hot fudge, caramel sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top, all layered inside a sand pail bucket that you get to keep. Now, keep in mind that only one water park is ever open at a time nowadays, so if you're looking for this sundae at Blizzard Beach, you can typically find it at IC Expeditions, and if you're on the hunt for it in Typhoon Lagoon, you can find it at Happy Landings Ice Cream. It's just a nice and fun little treat for families to try, especially if you've already saved a bunch of money on water park tickets by using the brand new Disney World Hotel perk that gives you free water park tickets on the day you check into your resort. You can learn more about this perk as well as everything else you've ever wanted to know about the Disney water parks through our latest Ultimate Guide to Disney's Water Parks video up on our channel now. And we're back with another you gotta check this out before it's gone for good attraction. Soon we're gonna be saying goodbye to another classic part of Magic Kingdom, the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island. Now this is really painful for me. I am a big Tom Sawyer Island girl, but this means you've got one last chance to ride the Liberty Bell riverboat before it sails on out of here to make way for the new Cars Land coming to this park in the future. Another reason you'll want to ride the riverboat? It'll give you a unique vantage point of the current construction now underway for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. In 2025, BTMRR will be taking a much-needed sabbatical, and upon its return in 2026, it's going to reopen with new effects and new magic, which I think will be great for the coaster overall, but I know it means Frontierland's going to be a bit more of an eyesore in 2025 for sure. That being said, it's not every day you can check out major Disney construction from the vantage point of a riverboat, so while you're still able to, go ahead and make the Liberty Bell one of your must-dos during your Magic Kingdom visit. To pay her a farewell, head over to Tom Sawyer Island, go through the caves and get really freaked out because they are kind of scary, and get a glimpse of what we have to look forward to on the horizon. If you're ready to take your Disney World visit to the next level, it might be time for you to start looking into booking one of Disney's various behind-the-scenes tours. Disney offers a variety of add-on tour experiences that are going to let you take a peek past the theme park veil and see how Disney operations are handled, while also giving you the opportunity to do some fun extra activities that you wouldn't have had the chance to do with just a general admission ticket. All of these tours can be found on the Disney website, featured on their Enchanting Extras page. each tour varies in price, but if a tour takes place inside one of the parks, keep in mind that you will have to pay for the tour and your park ticket. However, if a tour takes place at one of the Disney hotels, like you'll find at Animal Kingdom Lodge with their Starlight Safari, or Fort Wilderness Resort with their Wilderness Back Trail Segway Adventure, then you'll just need to worry about paying for the price of the tour and the price of the tour only. So I'm getting secondhand excitement just knowing your Disney World trip is right around the corner. So can you perhaps take me with you on your upcoming adventures? Look, I'll show you what good travel companions we can be. The team and I don't take up any space in your suitcase, so you don't ever have to worry about us weighing you down. We have lots of useful dining and budgeting tips that we can share before and during your vacation. And we can provide tons of fun food and drink crawls for you, so you know it's going to be a good time whenever we're around. See, what did I tell you? We're great travel buddies to keep by your side. And if you want us to be a part of your upcoming trip, go ahead and check out dfbstore.com to purchase our brand new DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining. You can also go with the major money-saving route and choose our everything bundle instead. This is not only going to give you access to our newest digital guides, but our festival, seasonal, Disney dining plan, and snack guides as well. Plus, you'll automatically get 81% off your entire purchase. And on top of that, you can add another discount just for joining us here on the channel today. Type in code YouTube before you check out to save even more money on your total guidebook purchases. Not that, there's much more to save on 81%. If we've learned anything from Disney's most recent announcements, it's that we should never take a classic ride or attraction for granted, because when it comes to major Disney changes, anything could be up on the chopping block. Anything. So we might as well embrace those old school rides and attractions just while we can. So this is me giving you permission to just ride People Mover in Magic Kingdom over and over and over again. Head over to Living with the Land and just get on that ride, then get off of it, and then get back right on again. Now, if you are in the People Mover fan club with me, if you are in the Living with the Land dedicated attendees with me, I'm taking attendance, so let me know you're here in the comments. Since Stormalong Bay at Yacht and Beach Club is going to be undergoing refurbishments up until June of this year, you may have noticed I mentioned it in a couple of videos. You might need a backup pool plan. Lucky for you, though, Disney's resorts have a ton of epic pools you could potentially experience depending on where you choose to stay. So let's go over a few of them. If you're planning on staying at a value resort, then Art of Animation has the Big Blue Pool, which is the largest pool in all of Disney World. Surrounding the pool, you're going to find lots of larger-than-life set pieces featuring characters straight out of Finding Nemo, like Mr. Ray and Crush, and the little fish with the lucky fin himself. The two smaller pools at the resort also go hard when it comes to theming. First, you've got the Cozy Cone Pool in the Cars section, which is surrounded by orange cone cabanas that you don't even have to pay for. It's all first come, first served over here. And then there's the Flippin' Fins Pool, which allows guests to make a splash under the sea in the Little Mermaid section, although Ursula's really scary in this one. Now, if you're planning on staying at a moderate resort, then you've honestly hit the feature pool jackpot. Caribbean Beach's feature pool is basically a whole pirate's lair called Fuentes del Moro, and this colonial Spanish fortress-themed pool has water spraying cannons and a shipwreck play area for the little ones, as well as 2 slides and super close proximity to the beloved Banana Cabana pool bar. Meanwhile, Coronado Springs doesn't just have a pool, it's got a whole lost city for you to explore. The Lost City of Cibola pool features a 50-foot pyramid setting amongst Mayan ruins, complete with a 123-foot-long water slide and the largest hot tub in all of Disney World. And at Port Orleans French Quarter, you're going to find Doubloon Lagoon, a Mardi Gras-themed winding pool with a 51-foot-long serpent slide ruled over by King Neptune himself. Has a more epic pool description ever been uttered ever? And if you're planning on staying at a deluxe resort, Grand Floridian offers guests both the beach pool and the courtyard pool. The beach pool gets extra style points for its cascading waterfall that you can walk behind and channel your inner Ariel. But the really cool part about Grand Floridian's pool offerings isn't necessarily the pools themselves, but rather the Alice in Wonderland themed splash pad. Just one tip of Mad Hatter's signature cap and you're going to find yourself totally drenched. Polynesian Village's pool does give Grand Floridians a run for its money though, since the lava pool over here also happens to have a 142-foot-long water slide. If you want a brand new pool experience though, you might want to stay at Polynesian's new Island Tower, which not only has a large additional pool for the resort, but also a nearby Moana Voyage splash pad for the littles in your group. Let's face it, some Disney World rides are just 10 times better when the sun goes down, and Tron Light Cycle Run in Magic Kingdom is probably the best example of that. During the day, Tron still continues to be a fun, high-speed launch coaster, but at night, the overhead canopy illuminates and the hexagon lights trail after you as you race into your battle against Team Orange. When this ride first opened in 2023, you really didn't have much of a say as to whether or not you could ride this coaster by day or night unless you paid extra for a lightning lane. And that's because it initially had a virtual queue, so your return time for the ride all depended on when your boarding group number was called to ride it. However, last year, Tron got rid of its virtual queue and now uses a regular old standby queue. And that means if you really wanted to, you could ride this coaster by day and by night to decide for yourself which ride-through you like best. Note, virtual queues are still very much a thing in Disney World, so make sure to study up and find out which rides will require you to enter into those ever-changing boarding groups before you go. Luckily, no longer Tron. Cross my heart, this shortcut has become one of my all-time favorites when dealing with the Magic Kingdom crowds. If you take the monorail from the Transportation and Ticket Center and over to Magic Kingdom, then once you arrive at the park, take the stairs down from the monorail station, if you can, rather than taking the ramp. Sure, this may only save you a minute or two in the grand scheme of things, but that extra minute or two will get you past the crowd of people exiting the ramp and up to the front gates to scan your ticket before everyone else. Now, here's an epic Disney Springs purchase that almost feels illegal, but rest assured, it's not. Well, the Shine on Tap at Art Smith's Homecoming over at Disney Springs typically starts at $16 for a 16-ounce pour or $36 for a flight of all 5 flavors. You can order each of these drinks in a 22-ounce jumbo squeeze bottle for only $24. Once you purchase the bottle, refills after that are only $16, which means you'll be getting more Shine on Tap for the same price as you would a regular old 16-ounce squeeze bottle-less pour. And don't you worry, you don't have to book Homecoming reservations each time you want a moonshine refill. Just belly up to the outdoor Shine bar attached to the restaurant and get your Shine refill while you're on the go. Look out, world, we've got an artiste in our presence. Inside Main Street Confectionery at Magic Kingdom, you can pay a visit to the Colonel Kitchen to create your very own popcorn mix. You remember when Le Chapeau used to be back there behind the confectionery? Yeah, well, that's not there anymore, but they have turned it into like a whole DIY popcorn experience. You'll start by choosing a popcorn flavor like caramel, rainbow, butter, or cheddar. Then you'll move on to picking a syrup, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate, and then you'll get to my favorite part, adding the toppings. You can choose M&Ms, pretzels, marshmallows, and lots more. Or you can always choose to purchase a pre-mixed popcorn concoction instead. The Colonel Kitchen comes up with seasonal varieties all the time, so you'll never know what's gonna pop up here next. Get it? Get it? Because popcorn? Yep, everybody pat Bria on the back in the comments for that joke. Matching family vacation tees, as Maui the demigod would say, are adorable. It's nice to see the humans never change. And that's why we've got our variety of super comfy, super niche, and super awesome matching family tees that you can order for everyone in your travel squad over at dfbstore.com. You're already over there to check out the books, so you might as well check out the shirts too. Each design comes in a variety of colors and cuts and sizes. Yep, we got tank tops, we got sweatshirts, we got hoodies, we got everything. That way, each person can match but still wear an outfit that makes them feel the most comfortable and allows them to show off their unique personality. Throughout the year, Disney World has limited time after-hours events that you can purchase instead or on top of your regular theme park ticket price. You've heard us talk about these before, a lot, because we love them. But let's focus on Magic Kingdom's after-hours for this epic point, because an after-hours purchase here means double the nighttime spectaculars. After Hours at Magic Kingdom will take place in 2025 on select nights from January 6th to May 19th. And during this event, the capacity will be limited so that guests have easy access to Magic Kingdom's 20-plus attractions without having to worry about those major ride lines. You'll also get complimentary ice cream and popcorn and drinks throughout the night. But here's the real kicker. Magic Kingdom's After Hours guests will get an exclusive fireworks show during the event, Disney Enchantment. If that show sounds familiar to you, it's because Enchantment was the castle show that played each night during Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration. But then the nighttime spectacular, Happily Ever After, tagged back in shortly after the celebration concluded in April 2023. While After Hours at Magic Kingdom technically begins at 10 p.m. and lasts for 3 hours, ending at 1 a.m., guests with tickets for the event can enter the park as early as 7 p.m. for that pre-party mix-in. And that means you'd have the chance to see both of Magic Kingdom's nighttime spectacular fireworks shows in one evening. Happily Ever After first and Enchantment during party time. Some Disney meet and greets are more expected than others. You can safely assume that you're going to see princesses in Princess Fairy Tale Hall in Magic Kingdom. Anna and Elsa are always hanging out at Royal Summer House in Epcot. Mickey and Minnie starring in Red Carpet Dreams at Hollywood Studios. You know, your usual morning lineup. But then there are the Disney characters that tend to come and go as they please. Sometimes even rare characters that you'll stumble upon once in a blue moon. If you want a better idea of who might be wandering the parks on the day of your visit, check out your My Disney Experience map for the real-time updates. For example, let's say I'm in Magic Kingdom. When I'm on the Magic Kingdom map, I can just tap on that down arrow toggle next to the default wait time selection on the top of the screen and choose a new category to follow. One of those categories is characters, which will show me a bunch of characters stationed around the park or just freely wandering about. Well, not every wandering character will be listed as an option on the map. Many of them will be, and those who aren't listed, well, they'll be quite the surprise when you run into them. Disney Springs might be known as Disney's shopping district, but what you're going to find here goes way beyond that. If you plan a full day to just experience Disney Springs, here are some unique things and activities you can fill your itinerary with to make this break away from the parks a day well spent. First, Amorette's Patisserie has a premium 90-minute cake decorating class that lets you and another friend decorate your own character dome cake while you sip on an assortment of refreshments. 2, every Wednesday night from 7 to 11 p.m., you can join in on an evening of karaoke sing-alongs at Planet Hollywood's attached outdoor bar. Stargazers is first come, first perform. So if you really want to do this and make your big Disney World debut, plan to get to the bar a little early so you can make sure you can sign up for a good karaoke time slot. 3, the Disney Springs Aerophile is a tethered hot air balloon that lifts you up above the shopping district for a unique point of view. 4, you can take a 20-minute captain-guided amphicar ride out on Lake Buena Vista before or after your boathouse meal. And by the way, you can get discounts on these rides with a boathouse receipt. Okay, just one more for now. 5, every Saturday at 10:30 a.m., 11:15 a.m., and noon, families can take part in the free Disney Springs Kids Club. During this time, kids can directly interact with the entertainment taking place on the outdoor stage by participating in dance parties or creating music with bongos or maracas, playing games like hula hoop or limbo, or just simply standing back and watching the excitement unfold around them, whatever they prefer. Ready to learn about even more Disney Springs activities? Check out our 50 amazing things you never knew were in Disney Springs video after this. So Disney has no shortage of live shows. You've got Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair at Magic Kingdom, Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond, as well as the Festival of the Lion King at Animal Kingdom, and so many live shows hanging out at Hollywood Studios, including 2 more coming to the park this summer. The Little Mermaid: A Musical Adventure will replace the former voyage of The Little Mermaid and give a refreshed production with more songs, more visual effects, and more puppets. In fact, we recently got to see a sneak peek of some of the animal puppets that'll be featured during the show, including a few belting frogs and flamingos too. And second, you've got Disney Villains: Unfairly Ever After, which is going to be taking over the former Lightning McQueen Racing Academy Theater just around the corner from Rock and Roller Coaster. This show revolves around the premise that the Magic Mirror has summoned some of Disney's most wicked characters who will break through the glass and tell us why we've misunderstood them all along. According to Disney, in the end, it'll be on you to make the final call in a delightfully wicked finale filled with dozens of the most infamous evildoers awaiting your decision from within the mirror's realm. Now, per the release of this video, we don't yet have an exact date for either of these shows opening, but we'll make sure to let you know once we find out more. Don't forget to join our newsletter. All right, we've got some real corn dog connoisseurs on the DFB team. So of course, when Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs opened last year over at Disney's Boardwalk and Resort, you know our team was amped to rope drop it opening day. Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs finally came to the East Coast after being a fan favorite at Disneyland's Downtown Disney for years. And while the corn dogs here might not be as famous as Disneyland's fresh hand-dipped corn dogs that you'd find inside the parks, This corn dog stand has always been known for its giant, adventurous options, also hand-dipped, mind you, such as the Mexican street corn dog and the questionable pickle dog that comes with a side of peanut butter dipping sauce. Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs also serves up specialty seasonal options, as well as that giant mozzarella stick if you're not really in a corn dog mood. So this isn't just some sort of silly Mad Hatter tea party. This is a tea party that's all about the presentation and the sophistication. No offense, Mad Hatter. Actually, some offense because you are kind of scary. Now, during the Roses of Gold afternoon tea experience at the Cake Bake Shop in Boardwalk Inn, you'll get a dedicated server that will show you the list of teas you can choose from, and you can try as many as you'd like. You'll also get a selection of homemade scones and the Roses of Gold tray, which is decked out with various desserts and finger sandwiches. The entire experience is $95 per adult and $65 per child, and you need to call to book in advance. Can't book it through the website. Jazz and beads and beignets. I hear the call of Port Orleans French Quarter and I must answer. When you're ready to head out of Disney Springs for a little bit, you can always stroll over to the Marketplace dock and hop aboard one of the river boats for a complimentary ride to Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter and Riverside, or over to Saratoga Springs in Old Key West. But really, 4 out of 5 times that you'll catch me on one of these riverboats, I'm heading over to French Quarter so I can hit up Scat Cat's Club Lounge in the evening. So don't worry, Mickey beignets and pimento fritters, we will be reunited soon. Bonus points for Scat Cats if I'm there on the weekend, since that's when I'm going to catch the live jazz band performing. If you are a connoisseur of beef, Morimoto Asia in Disney Springs has got the treat for you. You can order certified A5 Japanese Wagyu beef. Seriously, they bring the certificate out and everything and have it seared tableside. It's not a cheap meal by any means, and prices per ounce do vary depending on when you visit. But I will say in confidence that this will be some of the best, most buttery, thinly sliced steak you're going to have on property during your trip and maybe ever in your life. Listen, I live in Texas. I eat a lot of steak, and this is really good. If you're looking for an unforgettable Disney memory, then you might want to consider booking a fireworks cruise for your trip. These private boat tours give you VIP views of either Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom or Luminous The Symphony of Us at Epcot. You'll set sail on a chartered boat complete with snacks and drinks and enjoy a serene ride before stopping in the perfect spot to watch the show. The best part, you get to avoid the massive crowds that gather in the park for these shows, and instead, you can kick back and relax and soak up all that magic from afar. Even better, if you're one of those people that really likes when people come up to you and say, "Where did you get that?" when you're eating something cool or wearing something awesome, this will be your dream come true, because everybody else is just going to be staring at you down there in that special VIP location watching the fireworks and wondering, how did they book that? Single riders, rejoice! Lately, Disney World's been quietly testing out single rider lines at Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in Epcot and Star Wars Rise of the Resistance in Hollywood Studios. 2 blockbuster rides that it's really hard to get on. And this is a big deal, not just for all the solo park goers out there, but for anyone looking to potentially cut down on wait times without paying for lightning lanes to do it. Here's the catch though. Disney hasn't confirmed whether these single rider lines are permanent or just being tested or just being used on super busy days, so take advantage of them when you see them. Also, stay alert because there's a good chance Disney will test out other single rider lines around the parks too, and will hopefully bring back the single rider line for Test Track when it reopens. This is not a drill. Bluey is coming to Disney World. Where? When? Well, we're still fuzzy on the details right now, but Disney has said they'll provide more information in the months ahead. So we're going to be waiting semi-patiently until we learn more and crossing our fingers that this means Blue & Co. will be paying a visit to Orlando sooner rather than later. The announcement comes as a part of a major expansion of Disney's relationship with BBC Studios for Bluey. The new deal includes the rights for the recently announced Bluey film set to premiere in 2027, which will eventually stream on Disney Plus shortly after its theatrical release. Every so often, we hear about Animal Kingdom welcoming a new baby critter into their crew, and it just lights up our hearts every single time. We've seen the baby elephants, baby otters, baby monkeys, and our favorite little guy we've been keeping an eye on lately is baby Baxo, a Sumatran tiger cub, who is so cute that Disney decided that everyone needs to keep up with him, even when you're not inside the park. Which is why Disney now has Tiger TV Tuesdays streaming on their YouTube channel, where you can watch Baxo grow up and learn new milestones, including the milestone of finally stepping foot onto the Maharaja Jungle Trek, where you can see him when you're in Animal Kingdom. Maybe an app update isn't what you consider to be epic, but trust me, an updated My Disney Experience app is truly epic when it makes your life easier in the parks. And this latest app change takes extra care to make sure you don't miss out on your pickup mobile order window. Before this update, you could mobile order your quick service food from My Disney Experience app and choose a return time for it, same as it works now. However, if you for some reason forgot to reopen the app again when your return time came about to let the restaurant know you were there and ready for them to prepare your order fresh, then there was the chance that your mobile order could have been passed over entirely. Now, thanks to the recent My Disney Experience app changes, your phone's push notifications can remind you to take that crucial extra step. On your phone lock screen, you'll see your order number, restaurant, and the I'm Here, Prepare My Order button pop up when your pickup window comes around. Yep, on your lock screen. And when you tap the I'm Here button, your phone will go ahead and launch the app to take you to your order information. I love when technology makes my life easier. You might not be a little green alien in a Pizza Planet claw machine, but that doesn't mean becoming the chosen one in Disney World is going to be out of the question for you. In fact, there are a lot of ways you or your kids can potentially become the chosen one around property. For example, you might be chosen to throw out the first pitch at Casey's Corner in Magic Kingdom if you decide to rope drop the restaurant. You could make the first liege waffle of the day at Connections Eatery in Epcot, again, if you decide to rope drop the restaurant and if they're doing it that day. At Star Tours and Hollywood Studios, you might become the Rebel Spy, who's literally like the star of the whole ride after that. And Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor in Magic Kingdom, you could become that guy, aka the coolest person in the theater who keeps getting called out throughout the show. You might also get voluntold to do something else during Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, or the joke that you text in before the show could be chosen to be read out loud during the grand finale. You could be picked to ask Crush from Finding Nemo a question during Turtle Talk with Crush at Epcot. And boy, when the kids are called in, those can be some seriously funny questions. A classic chosen one moment in Magic Kingdom is being worthy enough to pull the sword from the stone, which is next to Prince Charming Regal Carousel. Magic Kingdom also has a Director's Hat of the Day opportunity, where one of the first people in the Main Street Cinema Shop will get the chance to choose a hat to be put on display, and your name will be on display with it. Each day, Magic Kingdom guests are chosen at random, usually early in the morning before the park even opens, to become the Festival of Fantasy Parade Grand Marshal. And just because Magic Kingdom is chock full of opportunities to become one of the lucky few during Enchanted Tales with Belle in Fantasyland, you might become one of the few who gets to go up on stage with Belle to help her retell her story. Now, there are so many other interactive opportunities in Walt Disney World. Always keep your eyes open for opportunities to kind of join in to the fun. Tinkerbell would be so proud of you, or she'd be super jealous that someone else was doing all the pixie dusting rather than her. Probably the latter. Pixie dusting is a free experience that happens in the Sir Mickey's gift shop and Bonjour Village Gifts in Magic Kingdom's Fantasyland. When you're pixie dusted, a cast member will ask you to close your eyes, make a wish, and then they'll use a magic wand to sprinkle you with glitter and sparkles and magic, all while wishing that your deepest/bestest dreams come true. So how epic was that? Disney World is a treasure trove of unique adventures just waiting for you to discover. So if you're ready to keep on planning your 2025 vacation to be, make sure to check out our t-shirts, check out our DFB guide, and check out our 2025 Disney World playlist next. And don't forget to pick up our free Lightning Lane guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/multipass. We got so much cool stuff. I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to continue to plan your trip with you. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and I'll see you real soon.